We are back at the land, and today is all about finishing up our projects because we have a lot of little mini projects going around on the property between the fence and other stuff that we're doing that we just need to get some of the sections 100% done before we continue with the rest of our fence. So what's on the board for us today is that we are going to be I don't even know what it's called. We're going to be caulking the space between our wood boards and our 24-foot section concrete wall that we built. And then we have our slats that we're going to be drilling into our back corner pillars that we just set, and then we'll also get those caulked as well. And then we finally, oh, I see your jacket, I love it. And we finally are going to start the process of our 56-foot section of the front side of our fence with the concrete blocks. So we're going to be measuring that out so that we can get the trench built so that we can prepare it for concrete. So a lot of little stuff for us to get done today, even though it seems like little, but it all contributes to the bigger picture. But we're like, let's go ahead and just get all of that settled done so that we can move on to the next thing and mark that as 100% done. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna start at the back corners of the property. We're gonna be attaching the framing boards that are gonna be going down the side. So we do have 4 boards with us. We cut them down to 7 feet, but we're gonna go look and see what the 7 feet look like against the post. And then if we like it, we'll attach it. If we don't, we'll cut it down some more and then we'll go from there. But it's gonna end up looking like, let me show you over here. So it's gonna be looking like that frame that we did on this side. So that is the look that we're going for, so that we can end up attaching our horizontal slats from the concrete wall onto our first pillar. And also, these are our posts behind us. We'll give you a close-up view of them later, but yeah. It's been about, I think, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks since we set our fence post, and the birds have, of course, taken an opportunity to leave us some gifts on top of the top caps. But so far, they did go through a rain cycle, and they're holding up pretty well. So, and they're still nice and sturdy in the ground. So I'm currently standing by our first back corner block, and so as you can tell, there are 2 different heights here. So we ended up with 2 extra blocks that Lowe's ended up giving us. They ended up counting wrong, but once we actually set it, we weren't originally going to use the extra block. So since we had the extra block, we went ahead and we attached it on there just to see what it would look like. And since we ended up liking it, we figured that we would keep the spatial difference on here. So what we're going to end up doing, as our posts come from down the front of the property, instead of having the fence post stop here, what we're going to end up doing, hopefully you can still hear me, what we're going to end up doing is putting the post so that the post attaches here and it ends here. So the wood slat will come here, and then we'll have some going down the rest of the post there. And so we figured that it looks pretty nice with the height difference. It just looks cool. So we're just going to go ahead and leave it like that. And we cut the boards for this side. Now with this side being longer, we're gonna have to cut those boards longer, so we went ahead and made a measurement mark on the board for that. So we're gonna go ahead and get those cut.
so I just need to go a little.
There, a little lower.
Okay, so that no. Lower than.
No.
It's in there? Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one is a little better, I wonder.
Okay, so we are now done on this side. So we're gonna be heading down to the other side to do the exact same thing. So I'm gonna walk you through what we did really quick. So we went ahead and we attached a little tiny board up here. So, because that's gonna have a slat going across here, and then the next slat will be going across right there. And then we attached this board here. Then we went ahead and attached this one as well. We are on the other side of the property. Right behind me is the pillar that we're going to be doing next. So this side should go a lot faster since we already have all the boards cut based on the measurements that we did on the other side. So all we're doing is just drilling the holes, getting them attached, and then I think we'll probably just stain this one first.
Look at that. You did what? This dirty enough. They're not moving to me.
Okay, so we are done with attaching all the wood framing to all the boards, so we won't have to worry about doing any more framing until we get the concrete portion on the front of the wall done. So since we have those done, we're gonna stay on this side so that we can go ahead and get these ones stained. Once we get them all stained, we're going to then caulk them all so that we can get a nice seal between here. There's not a lot of space between them, but it'll be nice just to have that that sealant on there. And then once we get that done, all we'll have to do is just go ahead and backfill the portion that has the rebar, which is the middle cell right on this side. We're going to backfill that with some concrete on both of these back ones, and then these will be done, ready to go. Once they cure, probably by the next time that we come out, then we'll go ahead and we'll attach the top caps. Now with the top caps, since we did end up using half blocks because it makes like a little L shape, we will have to go ahead and cut one of our top caps in half, and so that we'll end up using a full and then a half of one for the tops, but then the back corners will be 100% done, and then they'll just be waiting for the posts to get the slats attached to them. So we are almost done with the back corners. So this is what the pillars on the back corners ended up looking like after we went ahead and stained and attached all the boards. So we are going to be moving over onto the front side of our fence after this, and so I will give you guys another view of the post that we set last time. So we are back on the front side of the property in front of our 24-foot section of the wall. So we have all the slats attached. We stained them. We didn't bother filming us staining it because you've seen us stain this part of the fence. You saw us stain the wood posts that are on the side. So we figured we'll just go ahead and just get that quickly done so that we can get back up here to the front of the property. So next we're going to be sealing up the wood boards that are up here. So the little space that's between the concrete pillar and the frames that we installed is open, so we're gonna take this stuff. So I think it's probably gonna be backwards on the screen, but it's DAP concrete. It's concrete. It's still basically silicone for concrete, so that it also acts as a filler and a sealant for it. So it's waterproof and it's flexible. So as the temperature changes and as the wood expands with the temperature as well, this will be able to expand with this, so we won't have to worry about any cracking in there also. So one thing is that everything that we always use, we always link it down in the description. So if you want to do any type of similar projects that we're doing, we do always put a material list of everything that we use down in the description box. Okay, so we're gonna get the camera set up. Elijah is gonna get this loaded up into the little gun thingy that we have, and then we're gonna start filling up the holes. We made it back to the back corner of the property, so we sealed the wood on the front. So now we're gonna go ahead and backfill our back corner pillars. So we're only gonna be backfilling them with concrete in the middle cell. It's the cell that is right at this point, at the little joint point, because that's where we have our rebar stuck in that one, and the other ones really don't need to have concrete in there since the rebar is only in that one section. So Elijah is currently mixing up some of the concrete. Once he gets that done, then I'll turn you guys around to where you can see us pouring. We did end up bringing over 2 pavers from the front side because this one is a lot taller. They're a lot taller than the ones that are on the front, because that one we could at least stand on the wall. These ones were level with the ground, so we needed some extra height to be able to get up there. windy out today. I want to show you these clouds that are passing over our area. Like, do you see how they're like being pulled apart and scattered by the wind? Like, that should show you how windy it is, that the clouds can't even keep up with the wind speeds right now. It's basically just ripping them apart, and they're moving so fast. I don't know if it's picking it up on camera, but with all the wind, Elijah and I were talking about possibly building a windmill out here. We're going to prepare to dig our trenches. We're going to dig the 56-foot trench, and then depending on time, we're probably going to dig the 124-foot section trench. So as you can see, you should be able to see the pink string line that we ran. We ran it from the end of our block wall that's down that way, all the way coming down this way. The wind made it a little bit difficult, but we were able to get it tight enough to where we're pretty much on a straight and narrow line, which isn't too bad. So yeah, we're gonna get the pickaxe and the shovel out, and then we're gonna start digging. And so our first 56-foot section, this is the start of our second driveway. So we're basically gonna be digging the trench from here, going all the way down to the little pink stake that's down there. At this point, the wind was getting crazy, so it was time to go. But in the distance, all that stuff that looks like clouds or smoke, that is all blowing dust that's just blowing across that entire area. Elijah and I were pretty much covered from head to toe in just dust. We are back at home. I realized that I forgot to do an outro for you guys out on the land and tell y'all goodbye. The weather got a little crazy there. The wind started picking up. So usually before we go down to the land, we check weather and we check wind speeds, all that kind of stuff, so we can figure out what we're working with, what we're going down into, so we can know what's going on. And so we knew that at 6 p.m. a storm was going to start, and so we were planning on getting out of there way before then. So pretty much the entire time that we were there, the wind started kicking up and it got a little bit crazy. About 4 p.m. when we started digging the trench, we were only able to get about half of the trench dug, and so we'll have to go back to do it at another time, because once 4 p.m. hit, we were like, okay, it's time to go. On the way back, we did hit, you know, some very heavy rain. It was good that we left at the time that we decided to leave, and then also it was good that we got as much done as we could get done in the amount of time that we were there. So before I go ahead and say goodbye to you guys, we did get another package, so we're gonna insert that here. So this package is from our Amazon wish list, and it was sent to us by Sonia, who had previously sent us the work light. So thank you, Sonia, once again. So this is a Craftsman 3-inch cutoff tool. So with this one, it's great because we'll be able to cut rebar with it. And basically cut through pretty much anything. So this is going to be very handy, and we cannot wait to get this baby open and see what we can do with it. So we hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. We definitely got a lot of stuff done today that was on our to-do list to just finish up. And so it's nice to know that those little tiny pieces are now done, so we don't have to worry about them, and now we can start, you know, continuing working on our other projects. So we will see you guys in the next video, and we thank you for watching. Bye.